I am so glad you are here. It is Divine Saturday in my world. Let's talk about stone casting divination. If you want a reference on it, I'm going to recommend this one by Devin Hunter and Nicholas Pearson. Sorry, Nicholas. It's Crystal Divination, the multifaceted art of reading stones. And it does do a really good job giving you some basic definitions of what the stones mean from a divinatory perspective. It's got a whole little section in the back for that. It goes through layout options, very much like you're reading tarot or oracle or playing cards for a fortune. It's a good resource for this subject, but I'm going to teach you a different way of casting them that I did not learn out of a book on stone casting. I learned it by reading a book called Binding Passions a very long time ago. It is 4 historic essays, so essays on history from a particular period of Italian magical history, rebellion, religious rebellion. It was a very interesting book. But I am translating something from that to stone casting. And what it was in the book was bean casting, which I also love. It's a very straightforward method. But for this, you're going to want a collection of stones that you have the meanings for. If you're just beginning, look them up every time until you're really confident that you know them off the top of your head. When you're assembling a collection of stones, and I do recommend you pick out your own or add to a basic collection if you buy a basic collection, just to give it more depth. But make sure there's always one stone that clearly says no to you and one stone that clearly says yes to you. Everything else is going to give nuance and depth to the reading you're giving. So what is the reading I'm going to recommend? I'm going to recommend you put your stones in a bag. I picked this one today. Isn't she cute? And you're going to give them a good shake. And then you're going to either reach in, grab a handful, doesn't matter how many, you just want a handful, and you're going to cast them. Or you're going to, and I think this is the better method, take the whole bag and dump it out. You just want to throw them out on a table of some kind. The floor works too, by the way. And then you're going to look not just at the meanings of the stones, but where they're sitting. So in the bean casting method I read, you marked a bean meaning him, and you marked a bean meaning her, because you were going to do a casting about relationships. This works for other methods too, but in the relationship casting, and it was always about marriage. So it was always about, producing heirs and all of that jazz. All those caveats in place. Were you going to be able to tolerate this person was a fair question to ask in this era, because it wasn't about your love life. It was about your contractual obligations. And you throw them out. You find the one that's meant to be him. You find the one that's meant to be her. If they're right next to each other, it's a good match. It's a happy thing. If they're really far apart, you got a ways to go if you want it to be a good match. Because again, you might not have a choice in this era of history in Europe. But now you start looking at the other stones. So let's say you're interested in somebody and you are doing a romance casting and your stone is here and the person you're interested in is far, far away, but there's a whole bunch of stones really close together blocking your access to that stone that symbolizes the other person. There are other people involved in the situation who do not want you two getting together. That's just facts at that point in that context of that reading. So you take a look, or maybe there's a line of stones between you and the person, almost connecting the two of you, which says your friends, they're going to help you with this romance. They're going to be happy to see you two come together. That's fantastic. This works no matter what kind of reading you're doing. If you're reading about a job, you as the applicant, the company you want to work for, and the stones in between. This is what you're reading for when you're just doing a simple casting with this type of reading. So grab your stones, make sure you understand what they mean, or you have a really good resource that tells you what they can mean, like crystal divination, and give it a try. You just need some beautiful crystals and a decent bag. That's it. It's so easy and so fun to give you a different perspective on what's happening in your life and ways to approach it that you might not have thought of before. On behalf of myself and the rest of the crew here at Magus Books and Herbs in Minneapolis, thank you so much for being your amazing, magical you. We love that about you. And of course, we appreciate the little magical things you can do right here in social media land. Go ahead, click the little buttons. I know you can do it. Give us those little hype points. It just helps the algorithm. It's free for you. It's fun for all of us. And I hope I get to interact with you this way again soon, that you explore the fabulous website, magusbooks.com, wherever that is, depending on where you're watching us. And if you check our QR code, if you can see that one, it will take you to a crystals page. So have fun, play safe, and have an amazing week. Blessed be everyone.